Have you ever told yourself, I'll do it tomorrow? Maybe you plan to start your dream project, change a habit, or spend more time with someone you love. But somehow, tomorrow never comes. And that's the hidden tragedy of life. We keep selling our tomorrows, thinking we'll have an endless supply of them. But what if you woke up one morning and realized you'd already sold them all? Let me tell you a story that will change how you see every single day. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet town, lived a young boy named Aaron. He was bright, curious, and full of dreams. Every morning, he would stand by his window, looking at the sunrise and whispering, "One day I'll do something great." He wanted to learn music, help people, and travel the world. But there was always something in the way: homework, distractions, or simply the thought, "I'll do it later." Aaron believed time was on his side. After all, he was young, and everyone said, "You have your whole life ahead of you." One afternoon, as he walked home from school, he saw an old man sitting under a tree. Beside him stood a wooden cart filled with tiny glass bottles that shimmered in the sun. A small sign hung from the cart. It said, "Trade your tomorrow for an easy today." Aaron stopped, curious. "What does that mean?" he asked. The old man smiled with eyes that seemed to carry centuries of wisdom. "It means," he said, "if you give me one of your tomorrows, I'll make your today completely effortless. No work, no stress, no pain, just peace and comfort." Aaron laughed. "That sounds amazing. But how do you take my tomorrow?" The old man handed him a bottle. "Each bottle contains one day of your future. You give me one, and I make today easier." It sounded like magic. Aaron thought about his homework, his chores, the music lessons he didn't want to practice. He said, "All right, just one." The man took a deep breath, whispered something strange, and the bottle glowed softly. In that instant, Aaron felt light, his worries vanished, and the day passed effortlessly. He had never felt so relaxed. The next morning, he woke up smiling. "That was incredible," he said. And once again, when faced with something hard, he found the old man and traded another tomorrow. And another, and another. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Aaron no longer studied, no longer dreamed, no longer grew. His life became easy, but empty. Every time something required effort, he would whisper, "I'll just trade one tomorrow." Until one morning, he couldn't find the old man anymore. The tree was still there, the cart was gone. He shrugged and continued his lazy routine, not realizing how much he had lost. Years passed. The once bright boy had become dull, restless, and tired. One cold night, as he stared into the mirror, he noticed the reflection was that of a young boy anymore, but of a man with tired eyes and a heavy heart. He felt a strange emptiness inside, as if something precious was missing, and then he heard a knock on the door. When he opened it, there stood the old man, older now, dressed in the same cloak, holding a small hourglass that glowed faintly. "Aaron," he said softly, "it's time to settle your trades." The boy, now a man, felt a chill. "What do you mean?" he asked. The old man turned the hourglass over. Inside, the sand was almost gone. "These are the tomorrows you sold," the man whispered. "You wanted easy days, and you traded your future to get them. Each grain of sand represents a dream you never lived, a chance you never took, a person you never became." Aaron's voice trembled. "Can I buy them back?" The man shook his head gently. "No one can buy back time, my child. You spent your life selling the only thing that truly belonged to you, your tomorrows." Aaron fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. He realized how many moments he had wasted, the songs he never wrote, the people he never helped, the love he never gave. He looked up at the old man, desperate. "Is there anything I can do?" he pleaded. The old man placed the hourglass in his hands. "There's only one thing left," he said. "Make today count, because today is the last tomorrow you have left." And then, just as suddenly as he appeared, the man was gone. The wind blew softly through the open door, carrying the echo of his words. Aaron sat in silence for a long time. Then, for the first time in years, he stepped outside. The world felt different, the sunlight warmer, the sky brighter. He picked up his old guitar, brushed off the dust, and began to play. The sound was imperfect, but real, and with each note, he felt alive again. He helped a neighbor. He called an old friend. He apologized to someone he had hurt. And though he knew he couldn't change his past, he decided he would live every moment left with purpose, gratitude, and love. From that day on, Aaron lived by a simple rule: never sell your tomorrow for comfort today. Because the truth is, comfort is temporary, but purpose is eternal. We often believe that waiting makes things easier, but the longer we wait, the more we lose our energy, our dreams, our courage. Time doesn't pause for us to be ready. It flows, quietly, endlessly. And one day we'll realize that the tomorrows we kept postponing are gone forever. So, if you've been waiting for the right moment, this is it. Start now. Say the words you've been holding back. Begin the project that's been in your heart for years. Forgive, love, act, and live today. Because the most powerful person in the world is not the one who has everything, but the one who knows the value of every second. So, my friend, stop selling your tomorrows. Your life is happening right now. If this story touched your heart, type "My tomorrow starts today" in the comments. Share this story with someone who keeps waiting for the right time. Maybe it is the message they've been needing. And remember to subscribe to Eternal King for more stories that awaken the soul and remind you what truly matters.